Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Dr. No from this collection, and this movie came out in 1962, and I thought it was okay. I saw this movie for the first time like 10 years ago, and I remembered a couple things about it, but not too much, and rewatching the movie, I discovered why, and that's because it was kind of boring to me, and I was not invested in this movie that much, and there are some things that I love about it. I love Sean Connery in the movie as James Bond. I think he works really well as a character, and he plays off well with like a lot of other characters. He has some really funny lines in the movie, and I thought the movie was pretty funny at certain points, and I enjoyed the opening for the film. Like every James Bond movie has like an opening title sequence thing that is supposed to be very memorable and like get you excited and into the movie and like just grab you and you're just ready to get in there. And I was ready and I was excited. And I really enjoyed the opening scene of the movie, and I thought it was pretty surprising, and there's some nice directions that the movie goes, and I mostly enjoyed the first act of the movie because it sets up a lot of things pretty well, and I really love James Bond as a character. I think he's he's just awesome, and he's just the man you want to be, and that's pretty much it. And there's not really much else to his character, and that's fine. And the goals for this movie are pretty simple. It's a pretty simple movie. It's just a movie that has a plot just to have a spy go after Dr. No, and you get some action sequences, and some of the action scenes are fun, and there was one car chase that was kind of fun to me. But unfortunately, after a certain point, I just forget about everything that's happened because the movie just gets incredibly boring once we get to the island where the main villain is, and that's when the movie completely loses me, and I'm just not into it anymore. Mostly because I don't care about most of the characters or the story whatsoever. And I kind of want to talk about the James Bond theme. I love the theme. I can listen to it as many times as you can in many James Bond movies, like have it be redone or like have a new take on it. It's like I can never get tired of it, except when you use it multiple times in a film, and they're all at like inappropriate times. And this movie uses that theme at least 5 times, including the opening credits. And each time they used it after the opening credits, I was getting more and more annoyed by it, because the theme is supposed to get you excited and like feel like, oh, this is awesome, and like they use it when James Bond is on screen, but no action is happening. He appears on the screen, and he just talks as like for example, like just a lady at a front desk and at a hotel, and the theme is just playing, but like nothing exciting is going on, and because of that, it just makes me wonder, like, what are you doing with the themes? Like, this is not how you would use it, though. And it almost ruined the theme for me and made me just like it less. And once I discovered that they were using the theme at such inappropriate times, it kept losing me more and more. And I get that this is like in James Bond's early days, and what I mean by that is like I believe this is the first James Bond movie ever, and they were just like trying out new things and just being a little bit experimental with certain elements, and that's fine and all, but unfortunately when you take risks, they don't always pay off. And this is just a scenario where like they tried something, but it just didn't work for me. And that might have to do with the fact that the theme has been used much better in later James Bond movies, like in the Daniel Craig ones. It's awesome. It's like used once or twice, like in the opening credits, in the end credits, or like when something exciting is about to happen. Like it's used very well, but in this movie, that's not the case at all. And one thing that kind of let me down about this movie was the visual presentation of the film. It just looked very bland and boring, and there was nothing about this movie visually that grabbed me, and I was just kind of bored because of the way it was shot. It was never interesting to me. There wasn't anything visually going on that I liked outside of the opening credits, and that was a major letdown for me. But I will give some credit to this movie. I liked the usage of practical effects, and although the blood in this movie doesn't look very real, they use like red paint, and you can tell it's like red paint. And I can forgive it in a movie that's like this old. Like that's just what they used, and that's all they had. And it's like, I get it. It's probably the best you could do at the time. So I can forgive that. And also another thing, there's not a lot of blood in this movie. It's in like one scene, and that's about it. And my only other criticism with this movie would be that some of the editing choices were kind of bad, and there's one shot in this movie that's just like cut, and it's like the exact same angle, but it's a guy walking towards James Bond and like reading something, and it's just an exposition scene. And it was like really weird how it was cut together. It's like, why did you edit it that way? And that's about all I have to say about Dr. No. It was a James Bond movie that I'm glad started everything, but unfortunately it did not connect with me that much. I like James Bond and the character of James Bond. I love Sean Connery in this role, and there were elements that were pretty funny to me. I enjoyed some of the action in the film, but there wasn't really much else to this movie for me. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Dr. No a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Dr. No, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Dumb and Dumber, so look forward to that. But until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.